guys.
Hey.
We're so excited that you're here for our debut episode, our first episode of Girls Gone Viral podcast.
I'm Mamiana.
And I'm Bree.
And welcome.
Girls Gone Viral. We're so excited that you're here. So today we're having girl talk, Milf talk. We're talking about dating, self-care, and chasing your dreams. Right. It's our first episode, you can tell. So, okay. So first, we're gonna talk about like some of the things that went viral this week. So we are definitely social media users. We be on the blogs, on the social media pages, seeing what is going on in pop culture, and just like what is going on with the culture. So, what has been interesting to you this week? What has like stood out to you?
Okay. First of all the jokes about the gas prices.
The gas is crazy.
The gas is crazy, y'all. Like,
have you heard the Cat Williams stand up about the gas?
no.
Oh my gosh, let me see. Let me put it on.
Yeah, please do. Cat Williams is funny as hell.
Who you are, gas is entirely too fucking high. I don't care if you got millions, gas is too high. You are not supposed to be at the gas station making life decisions. You just at the pump, just, nigga, did I eat today? Nigga, I ain't got but 3 cigarettes. I can't get no appetite, nigga. I don't care who you are, gas is
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy though. Like, well, one thing that I've noticed is that one thing about me, I'm putting $20. Like,
so you're one of those people who put $20 every time you get the gas
I'm
station?
putting $20.
I am not that person. I am the person who drives until it's empty, where I'm about to crash, like I'm about to, my car is going to stop, but then I fill up. I fill up at every gas station. Like, I hate going to the gas station. So I fill up whenever I'm there, but then I just drag it. I'd be the one riding on fumes for sure.
Well, you're semi-responsible.
But I do fill it up when I get to the gas station.
Yeah, see, I'm going to put my $20 and I'm going to let my $20 ride. Like, I'm not.
I saw a meme and it was like, I put $20 in the tank and my light's still on. And I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, like, no, you know what was interesting? I saw a clip of, it was a guy who was driving one of those refrigerated trucks, and it cost him like over $1,000 to fill it up.
Yeah.
And basically what he was
Because they
saying,
drive diesel.
yeah, exactly. And so basically what he was saying is like, don't be surprised when your milk goes up to $13, $15 a gallon, because the gas for us to fill up these trucks is over $1,000, which is going to drive up the cost of food. So
Yeah, that's kind of scary to think about. And even before this entire gas crisis started, which was like, maybe it's been less than 2 weeks since like the gas has really been going up. I don't know if you've noticed, like there's like barely no food in the grocery stores. Like you go into the grocery stores and there is no food, and the food that there is so much more expensive. So to hear that is kind of scary.
yeah, I mean, we already was experiencing the inflation, but now it's like, it's just getting worse. And I think people kind of see some things coming too, and that's probably why you don't see as much food too, because the food that is there, people are like trying to store
Or
it.
hoarding it.
Yeah, people are hoarding it.
But do you think that, well, I can only speak for myself. Do you feel like there is more money floating around? So yeah, like yes, there is more inflation, but also you're making more money? Or do you feel like the inflation is affecting the communities negatively? Or do you feel like it's evening out?
I don't know. I mean, according to an article that I saw, it's affecting even people that would be considered middle class. It's affecting them too, but it's just affecting like lower income.
Yeah.
People of color. It's affecting us more.
What did it say?
Let me see. Let's see. So this is from USA Today. And so it says low income families experience a rate of inflation that is actually 0.5% points greater than that of high income families.
Right.
And they actually interviewed this lady, and she said it's been really hard for us, and meat is more expensive, which means we have to stretch our food stamps that much further. So that's letting you know, like, it's hitting like the black and brown community, like the people of color. It's hitting those communities, those lower income communities, harder.
And it's crazy because you see the inflation prices going up, and I do find that, you know, employers are paying more overall, but the minimum wage is not going up at all, you know?
Yeah.
So I can see why definitely it would affect, you know, lower class communities.
Yeah, everything is kind of ass backwards though, because it's like, okay, so we went through the COVID thing, and then they made everybody start driving back to work. So now everybody has to drive back to work and worry about gas. Like, just let us stay home. Like, wow.
Listen, I don't know about you, but summer 2020 was, bring me back to summer 2020. Like, you know, of course I am sympathetic with all of the lives that were lost with COVID. Like, I do not take it lightly. I'm not dismissing the severity of COVID at all. But for myself personally, like summer 2020, where I did not have to go to work, we was all just at home living our quarantine lives.
You were skating.
I was learning how to roller skate. You remember? That was.
You were skating.
Yeah, but
I was working, but
COVID was really crazy. So, you know, I'm not dismissing how severe COVID was. It was really serious, and it was scary. It was a scary time. It was a time to be alive, but I didn't mind not communicating with outside world. I was happy to be at home.
And the extra checks.
Yes, those checks was hitting. You know what I mean?
Those checks was hitting for real. But listen to this though. Okay, so this is what it said about inflation. So it says this week the gas prices in the United States soared to the highest they've ever been. The average price per gallon increased to 57 cents in a week.
That's scary.
And President Joe Biden's decision to ban oil imports from Russia because of Vladimir Putin's war on Ukraine likely will cause prices to spike even further.
So then there is some kind of devil's advocate there, because I have been seeing some posts that was like kind of encouraging Americans to offer some compassion with the gas prices, because yes, the gas prices are higher, but we're paying, let's say, worst case scenario, $1 more per gallon for $1 more for a gallon of gas. But in comparison to those in the Ukraine who are losing their lives, being forced out of their homes, so it's like, should we feel bad for the Ukrainians?
You mean Ukraine where they would let the black?
Yeah. Yeah, no. That's talk about it. Talk about it. They was not trying to let the Africans flee the war zone.
Once I saw that, it's not that my compassion went out the window, because I know that they are like bombing hospitals. They're killing kids. They're killing, you know, they're just taking lives. I get that, you know. But war is war. You know what I'm saying? When you go to war, you go hard. Like, no matter who.
Oh, the people ain't gonna like that, sis.
But like the United States is
our military
we're
is
big and bad.
Yes.
Like we shut shit down.
Yes.
Like, that's why you don't see bombs, you know, blowing up our shit. Yes, I do feel, you know, for the civilians, you know, that are, you know, have to experience this, but at the same time, it's like,
but we over here and the gas is too high.
The gas too high. Y'all not letting black people on the train to get out. Like, I feel for y'all, but y'all gotta let my people out. Then maybe I can feel a little more. Maybe I have a little bit more.
The Ukrainians are there like, cancel Girls Gone Viral.
Like, what the hell is this?
The Ukrainians are not here for us. Okay.
Like, hell no.
I feel like, you know, we should start to begin to segment into our topics for the day. So, you know, we had planned to discuss, basically, since it's our first episode, just to kind of like introduce ourselves and our personal selves and our personal lives, and kind of just give you a little hint, because we ain't gonna, not yet. We'll see how the second episode goes. But to kind of just give a little taste of our personal lives, and we are both Milfs.
I think we're Milfs.
I know I'm a MILF, okay? Maybe everybody ain't gotta like me, but somebody out there think I'm a MILF.
I mean, right now we're wearing our t-shirts and everything, but when we step out, honey. We cute.
So, you know, we wanted to talk about dating. Mm-hmm. That's always like a subject that is a hit or miss. It's like a touchy subject. People are either really interested in talking about it or they're like kind of hesitant. So how do you feel on discussing your dating life?
I mean, I'm an open book right now.
So tell me about your dating life, sis.
Well, I mean, okay, so I'm just kind of like I don't really have a dating life.
Okay, I was going to even say that. Maybe not necessarily your dating life, but what does dating look like for you? Like, what is the worst case scenario and the best case scenario in what dating looks like in your imagination?
Yeah, so, I mean, let's just talk about what everybody else sees dating as. Because most people see dating as you go out with a bunch of different people and you just pick the one you just kind of
have a better connection.
You have a better connection with.
Right.
Me, that's not how I date. I'm like a one at a time, like type of person.
So if there were two men interested in you, like let's say you meet Bob today and Jack tomorrow, and Bob and Jack are both attractive and like what you would consider good catches at first glance, because you don't know until you know. But at first glance, both Bob and Jack are good catches. You're just gonna choose one off rip?
No, not off rip, because I just met one today, one tomorrow.
Okay,
but if I already knew one, that's different.
Okay, so what if you met one today, one tomorrow? How would you navigate that?
One, I guarantee one is gonna start getting on my nerves already. like that's like it's not gonna be hard. Like one of them is probably gonna not make it a week, 2 weeks, not. So I'm gonna be
so you're picky.
I don't feel like I'm picky. I just think people get on my nerves. Like
I'm not picky, but everyone gets on my nerves.
It's just like, you know, you start talking to people, you start seeing what their intentions are, or sometimes they're just not even talking about nothing. Like,
so you feel that you meet men whose intentions are not aligned with yours?
Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily mean like it's a bad thing. Like, I think the majority of the guys that I meet are good guys. We just don't want the same thing. It's not that they're bad guys or they're doing something, really, really bad to me. It's just that we're just not aligned. We're not, our purpose. My purpose going this way. Your purpose. You want to be wilding out. I just want to get married.
So how do you feel about attracting what's on your wavelength? Like, why do you feel like you are consistently attracting men who are not aligned with your values or with your intentions?
Because I have a type.
Okay, there you go. Now you're getting somewhere. Oh, everybody bothers me. I'm not picky, but everybody pisses me off. But I also have a type.
I do have a type.
Did you see that meme? And it was like, Mama told me to get me a man with goals, and my dumb ass heard goals.
Yeah. Yes, I do like my share of goodness. Okay, let's just say it like that. But I don't like. Okay, I like a little edge. Okay, and I don't necessarily want the dude that's out selling drugs, committing crimes. That's not what I want.
Okay, you're scared of jail.
No, I ain't going to jail for nobody. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't care. I don't care how much you love me. I'm in love. No.
Okay.
No.
So
but,
no crime committers.
I like a little edge.
Ex-crime committers, like those who they grew out of their life of crime.
Right. They might have been in prison before.
Child, I can't.
Let me stop.
Okay,
That's not what the majority of the guys are.
No. We're just joking, guys. We're just joking.
Wink.
Let's see if there's a wink on here.
Is my dad listening to this? So.
We just got this podcast equipment, and you know what? Sorry to interrupt this, but I think this is so cool. Like, guys with dreads. Guys with golds. I'm only kidding. I don't like
No.
that. That's for you. That's for
I know
Mamiana.
you don't like that.
That's
at
for
all.
Mamiana.
Yeah, I can do without the goals, but the dreads, yeah, I got dreads.
But you got dreads,
I got-
exactly.
Or locks, like, I have locks.
Exactly.
But yeah, I could do with that. But yeah, I mean, I have a type. I'm definitely like visual. You know, I have to be instantly attracted to the person, and that's part of the problem. I do pick guys that, you know, they be looking fine, like they be fine, and I just, you know, they might not align, but they fine.
Okay.
You know
Rhyming.
They
They might not align, but they fine.
fine.
Okay. So, but back to the initial question.
Oh,
Worst case scenario and best case scenario. So you told me worst case scenario. You're meeting the guys, they're attractive, but they're not aligning with your visions.
Yeah.
So best case scenario, what does that look like to you as far as dating goes? Not necessarily a relationship or marriage or long term or anything, but what does best case scenario as far as dating look like for you?
Best case is a guy that's just like super consistent. He like applying that pressure. He's like, yeah,
Keep your
every
eyes on
weekend he
me.
making plans.
Eyes on me,
like,
you apply that pressure. Okay, Ari Lennox. I
he's
love
making
that
plans.
song.
He gotta make plans. Like you gotta be making plans. Like you can't just be sitting up there texting me and
Not no why WID
why
WID
you-
WID WID WID
yeah, like what you doing, what you doing, what you doing. No, that don't want you doing me to death. Like make some plans. Like let's get to know each other. Like I don't care what it like. Just be outside. Let's be outside. And
So you're not a Netflix and chill type of girl. You want to be outside.
sometimes,
Okay.
but not in the beginning. Like you don't want to be laid up like with somebody you barely know, and then it's just like they get complacent and think that that's all they have to do.
Right.
Like you just setting the bar for them like to be so low. Like
Right.
they don't even want to work for you. Like
Right.
no, just definitely don't want that. So yeah, just like a guy that's just like want to do things with me, want to get to know me, want to, you know, talk to me consistently. We talked about that a little bit, being consistent with the communication. Like that's
But you do have to remember this is MILF talk. So how does that work with how old is okay, so you have a daughter. Let's talk about your daughter.
I got a toddler and
Okay.
she's 3, going on 30.
Okay, so with having a toddler, a 3-year-old, and dating, this is MILF talk. So what does that look like for you?
Well, you know, sir, you might only get to see me once a week.
I think that's fair.
You might only get, but when you get me, like, we gonna have time. Like, you know, I'm gonna set everything aside. I don't have to go. I don't have to, you know, get the baby in 2 minutes. Like, it's your time.
So you have a good support system.
Yeah, but
That's
you
great.
know, I can't.
That's super important.
Yeah, I can't. You know, I can't just up and go. Like, you know, that's a lot of guys think you just can go. No. I'm a mom.
Where we going?
Yeah, like I'm a mom. Did you ask me the day before, or 2 days before, or 3 days before?
But that like spontaneous is kind of like exciting and fun.
But you don't get that when you're a mom. Like you gotta know. Like I gotta know. First of all, I gotta beg somebody to watch my baby because, like, mom, are you gonna watch her? Where you going? Like you gotta go through all of that. It's just a lot. So yeah. So when I do get outside, like make it meaningful.
Right.
Like don't waste my time. Like yeah.
I wish I could have something to say as extensive as you as far as dating because child,
What? Your dating life is out. Your dating life is fire.
what are you talking about? I have not been on a date in so long.
Wait, don't even. You was dating all last year,
Last year.
and it was fire. So talk
Last
about,
year it was
let's talk
fire,
about-
but this year we in a whole new year. How you gonna tell me what's going on last year
Okay,
and
but
compare it to
this
now?
year don't count. Talk about last year when you was meeting.
This
all,
year don't count.
when you was meeting all these
This
hot.
year. We're not talking about this week. This year don't
Excuse
count.
me.
We talking about what happened last
Excuse
year.
me, you were getting flued out all last year. Don't let me tell your business.
And
now.
his ass. If you're listening to this, that's it. That's all I
Don't
gotta
do
say.
it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah, but no.
No, but it wasn't just one guy. You.
I was not getting flued out by multiple. Don't start. Who else flew me out?
Let me not expose you.
You're not even so expose me because I like the look. Yes, I'm getting flued out.
Let me not.
I heard you're taking the girls to Paris. Who's flew me out besides one the flu? The one flu.
No.
I got flued, but not
you did get
multiple
flu.
flows.
But okay. So you got flued out by one guy, but you had
But
other dates.
but him and I had a meaningful connection. Like we were dating, like we were dating, and consistently and for a long term. You know what I mean? So, like I said, if you're watching this,
Sorry, because she was dating other
thank
guys
you.
too.
No. I don't even want to say it like that. I really enjoyed him, but
He was great.
that's done and over with. So
sorry.
we're talking about last year. In the most recent 365 days, I ain't been doing. I've been working. Oh
Desert
my god, Desert Dry is embarrassing. But that's what it's been. But with that being said, I have been focusing so much on self-care, which is another part of what we're going to talk about today. So
That part.
and it's interesting to say it for me because, you know, like you said, I can see a vast comparison between last year when I was actively dating and looking to date and looking to meet people and being open and receptive to that versus this year where I'm more self-focused and, you know, focusing on self-care. And child, when I tell you I see the difference, like I am feeling so good from the inside out. So self-care is something that I've been able to prioritize more when I'm less focused on other people. So what does self-care look like to you?
But that's a good point, though. Hold on, we gotta back that up.
Okay,
Because
let's
when
back
you
it
wasn't
up.
focusing on other people, you was focused on yourself.
Absolutely.
So that's important because I think as moms, like right, just as moms, we put everybody else before ourselves. We have to make sure. When I get up in the morning, I get my daughter dressed first, then I get myself dressed. Because once I get her dressed, I can just sit her in front of the TV or the tablet, and then I'm getting dressed.
Right.
You know, and I put her first, you know, and I put, you know, even guys that I date, I put them first. Like, you know, maybe I want to go work out today, but you just asked me out to eat, so I'm going to go out to eat.
Work out.
Eat.
Pizza. Pizza sounds
Fine
good.
dining.
Okay, we can do fine dining. Fancy. I would say pizza. See?
Okay.
She's talking about I get flued out. I'm going on pizza dates.
I'm
Okay,
not
fine
bougie.
dining.
I'm not bougie. I'm just trying to, I'm just saying. But yeah, that's a good point. You know, like just, I think that's super important. Just like making sure you're healthy, making sure you're happy, making sure you're at peace, your mental state.
So important.
The mental part of it is the main part because if your mind is not right, everything else is not going to flow. Like if your mind, people always ask me like, how I don't feel like working out, but your mind is not right.
Well, there's a difference between discipline and consistency with that because for me, I have always been able to start a workout regimen. Like I am one of the people who fluctuate so much. Like if you see like, you know, a 10-year pictures of me for the last 10 years, I could say, I don't know. I fluctuate so much. Like I could, oops, sorry, you can stop and drinking wine. I can like, you know, be at certain times like on my real workout mess. Like I'm going to the gym, I'm on my shit. And then there's other times where I'm like super lazy and then I can gain weight, lose weight, gain muscle, lose muscle.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, it's not about starting for me, it's about maintaining that consistency. So I find that I have been a lot more disciplined instead of trying to focus on consistency and just doing it all the time.
Yeah.
It's more like disciplining myself in the sense where there is no option. Like you don't have an option. Like just as much as you need to eat, you need to go walk. You know, you don't have to necessarily go do a whole workout in the gym, you know, like a whole hour long and work out every single body part, every single muscle group. But like go outside and, you know, walk around the neighborhood. Go do a little bit of jump rope or something, you know what I mean? So I feel like what self-care looks like for me is having a very elaborate skincare routine. That is that is self-care for me. Like I am super into that. Self-care to me is, you know, working out my mind and body, and when I'm moving my body is when my mind becomes the most focused, you know. So at that time, that's self-care. Self-care for me looks like saying no to things that I want to say no to, and saying yes to the things that make me happy, and the things that I truly want to do, the things that, you know, you feel like you want to do what you can't do, or that you want to do what you can't you don't have time to do it. Nah, do that, you know. What about you?
Yeah. Well, the reason I even started working out from the beginning was because
You've been on your workout. You've been doing very well.
But I'm lazy though.
I know, but you've been consistent. You've been
I've
doing
been
very
consistent.
well.
I started working out last year, but you know, I get it in when I can. It's not, but I do try to do some type of activity during the week. You know, so even if it's just some yoga or 15 minutes of something, I just try to do something. But I started working out because I just felt like my mental health wasn't in the right place. Like my mental, like I don't know, like I was going through a break. Well, I did go through a breakup, and I just like felt like my mind was just consistently on this person. Like I was like always thinking about him. Like why? Like this, I gotta know. Like why am I consistently thinking about this one person that's so annoying? And it was bothering me, and it was making me sad too at the same time, because like I couldn't get what I wanted to get from the person. So it was just like I was wanting some type of like emotional conversation with the person, and the person was just like not, they weren't
They
communicating.
couldn't give you what it is that you were
Yeah,
wanting
they were
from
shut
them.
down, so it was like making me frustrated and sad. So, and then right after that, my grandmother passed away.
That's a lot going on in the short amount
So
of time.
yeah, so probably like when she was starting to get, I don't know if it was when she passed away or like right before she passed away, when she was kind of sick. But that's when I started working out. It actually started, it didn't start from me having like body goals, and it started from me just trying to take my mind off of all this
Isn't
stuff.
that funny how like when you're going through the darkest times, or like when the times you feel like you're at your lowest, that something that pushes you even harder is what brings you up?
Definitely. Yeah, and so I was just like, I'm just trying to get my mind, you know, get focused, like.
Right.
And when you start to like take your mind off of things that make you sad, it just boosts your self-esteem.
Yes.
It boosts your energy level. It makes you happy, and then those hormones start flowing through your body. It's the same
endorphins.
hormones you feel when
Yes,
you love.
feel good endorphins.
Yes,
Come through, feel
it's-
good endorphins.
Yeah, it's the same hormones you feel when you have sex. It's all of that.
Come
So-
through, feel good endorphins. Yes.
So I'm getting all of that when I'm working out, and so I started to fall in love with it, because
Oh my
it was
God,
just like,
I'm here for it.
when I'm sad, when I'm not in the mood, whatever, I'm just like, I'm just gonna go to the gym, like, you know, or I'm just gonna do a little workout in the house. And I started to fall in love with it. And so for me, that's a form of self-care. It starts with my mental health, because like mentally, I can be all over the place sometimes, like, but working out really does like help me to like get focused. And through that journey, I started finding peace too, because it was a peace like I didn't have before. It was just like, dang, now I don't know, I just started seeing myself like evolve spiritually, like by me working my mind and working my body. Now I started to evolve into like just a different level of spirituality that has nothing to do with church. It don't have nothing, it's just your own spirituality. It's like you have your own religion going on inside yourself. And it was just like, dang, like I feel so peaceful, like I just feel so calm, like I just feel so happy. And to me, that's self-care. Like, put yourself first.
You
like,
said something that kind of sparked my interest just a second ago when you were like, through that journey of working out is when you found focus. And my question to you is, what did you focus on as far as chasing your dreams? Like, what are your focuses? And that doesn't necessarily mean as far as finding success in your entrepreneurial endeavors or your career, but like overall, chasing your dreams is all encompassing. Like oftentimes people think when they say, "Oh, I'm chasing my dreams," that means you're running after some type of money or you're running after some type of success. But your dreams are everything. And truly, when you are overall fulfilled, then that success comes. Like I feel like money is the physical form of the highest vibration that you have, and the you know, the success that you have within and that you're giving out. The money that you earn from it is just the like physical form of that, you know?
Yeah.
So when you say that you are working out and that you were ultra focused, hyper focused, what does that look like for you? What are you focused on?
It just helps me to focus on
In other words, what is chasing your dreams? What dreams are you chasing?
it's dreams in general, right? Like I'm not gonna even say anything specifically, but dreams in general is just like you are opening yourself up to what seems impossible, but it's actually possible.
Everything. There is no such thing as impossible.
Yeah, it seems impossible, but it's all the possibilities, right? So it's like you start to take yourself out of a box, right? So as I become more focused, I realize like, dang, I didn't think I had enough time for this, but I do have time for that. Mm-hmm. Like I do have time to do a podcast, even though I thought I didn't.
Y'all
right?
see, first of all, I'm just gonna take a little break, and not a break per se, but just to kind of, we've been having conversation amongst ourselves, which is, I think that the audience wants to hear our perspective. That's why you guys are here. I would hope so. But I also want to address you guys for a second, because this is our very first episode. You know, you don't understand the prior to us being able to actually record, us just setting up these equipment, setting up the lighting, getting everything together, like it was really a work in progress. So I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and just listening to what we got to say. And there's so much more where this came from. Like we're just getting started. We have lots of plans and lots of goals for Girls Gone Viral. So this is one of the dreams that we're chasing.
Yeah,
so,
and let's just talk about how that came about.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm laid up, right? I'm laid. Don't ask
what you explain laid up, because to me laid up means I'm booed up. I'm laid up.
Don't ask.
I haven't felt that in a long time.
Don't ask no details. Okay?
Hey, pour me up a drink.
Don't ask the details.
Okay.
I was laid.
We're gonna discuss the details at a later date, because we gonna discuss the details of how you was laid up and who was laid up.
I was laid up in a place I ain't needed to be.
Ain't got no business being where you was.
No business.
Okay.
And I was laid up, and it was just like 4 a.m.
Okay. It's
and
4
I'm like,
in the morning.
And I go, I need to start a podcast.
You know what? And I think that those aha moments are the ones that you need to pursue the most. Mm-hmm. For me, I feel like I get those aha moments all the time, and I feel like that is God or the universe or your inner being or your intuition, whatever you want to call it. I think that it's all the same vibration, you know? But when you have those aha moments, I feel like that is, you know, the outside source telling you, follow that, you know? And for me, oftentimes, I get those aha moments and then I get consumed with fear. You know, so I love that you got that aha moment at 4 o'clock in the morning in a place where you had no business being. And look at us now. You acted on it. You were very relentless in planning and just gathering the materials. And you know, we'll both know the process that we went through as far as getting to this space and the sense of who was going to be on this podcast and what we were going to talk about and what we were going to name it and like all of these things. So I am super grateful for that you had that idea and that
you were in the vision,
through.
in the original vision. So in the original vision at 4 a.m., it was like, I have to say God, because that's who I am.
And that's okay.
That's where it comes from. But it was just like, I saw that I needed to do this podcast, and God showed me who it needed to be with. And even though we tried to, I guess
deviate from God's plan.
We tried. But he was like, nah.
And
like,
even to this day, what happened with that?
I don't know.
Child, that's crazy.
I don't know. But
we'll discuss that in detail at another time, at a later date. But girl.
Yeah, but it's like we were trying to fit
we were trying to deviate from your
triangle
vision.
into a box, a square.
Yes.
And it was just
I love that. That is a perfect.
Yeah, trying to fit a triangle into a square, and God was like, no, that's not what I told you to do.
That's a perfect analogy for that.
I told you to do the podcast with Brianna, and so here we are.
Yes. Here we are. So to go back to chasing your dreams. So for you, this is one of the dreams that literally a dream. That and you chased it, and here we are. So what else does chasing your dreams look like to you?
No, you answer.
Okay, for me, chasing my dreams, I have a lot of those aha moments that have come to me, and especially recently. This is kind of deviating from the topic, but and I guess we can discuss this future further in a future episode. But I am recently divorced, and since my separation and divorce, like, I have been coming up with these ideas, girl, like, and not even things that I have shared with you. You know what I mean?
You never tell me nothing.
Oh, don't even.
You tell me.
Don't say that.
No, you'll tell me stuff like so far down the line. I'm like, oh, but I've been thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, so she's just not telling me this.
Wait.
But I don't say nothing.
Wait, let me find a sound for this one. Let me find a sound. Because what you mean?
No, like for instance, like you would go on a date with somebody, right?
Okay.
And you won't say nothing.
You want to know why?
You won't say
because
nothing.
These niggas, okay. These niggas are disappointing. So I will go on a date, and then I'll, like, let's say I go on a date with the same Bob. We're going to go with Bob and Jack, right? I go on a date with Bob, and in my head, I already know, like, okay, I liked Bob. But Bob is going to probably be disappointing.
But I'm the opposite. No, but I'm the opposite. I know they're going to be disappointing, but I still be like, well.
So I'm like, I don't even want to just keep offering off all of my failures.
Like I do? like I do.
Because there's been failures, okay?
I've had a lot of failures. But, I just pick up the pieces, and I just like, hey, Brianna, look at the new guy.
And I'll be like, oh, girl, there was this guy 3 months ago, and it didn't work out. But I lost train of thought.
Okay, chase me your dreams.
Because that is so funny.
No, it really is. No.
That is, you know what? You are not the first person to bring that to my attention. You're not the first of my friends.
You're so secretive.
And my mom tells me that. But it's not being secretive per se. For me, it's more just like, I have, I don't want to just sit here and broadcast all my failures. But truly.
But you would sit there and listen to all my failures. Oh, okay.
I'll give advice. Like, girl, you should. Knowing damn well I got no business giving advice. Girl, you should say that. And Lord knows I'd be like, baby.
Right.
No, I'm actually not that person. I do not be babying. I mean, I do baby some people, but I don't baby. But
yeah.
Chasing my dreams.
Yeah.
Let's we'll save this for another day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, so is this a new topic? Is this a topic for next week? No?
Is it? I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll discuss that.
You guys let us know in the comments what you want us to talk about. If there's any topics you want us to talk about, drop
anything that you want us to elaborate on, for sure.
Or if you have any comments about what we're talking about today, please, like and subscribe on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Too,
so it's so interesting to think that this is really a podcast that, right now I just feel like I'm here talking to my friend. Mm-hmm. But the fact that this is going to be broadcasted and, friends, associates, strangers, co-workers, everyone's going to see this, as you can see, I'm not even super transparent with people who are close to me. So the fact that I am being open and honest and transparent with you guys,
yeah,
that's exciting. Wait. So, just to revisit what we were talking about, chasing my dreams. I have had a lot of aha moments, and for me personally, it's that what I have to overcome is fear, you know, like, and that's why I was mentioning earlier, like, how I admire you so much for, like, you told me, oh, I had this vision, and it's been what, a month, and here we are. Like, I mean, equipment, microphones, ring light, cords, like, we got this whole thing popping. Like, you wasn't playing around. And me, I have been sitting on these ideas for months that I know God gave me, and that they could be life-changing, you know what I mean? And I'm just so overcome with fear, and I'm so consumed by fear to take that step forward. So this in particular, like, honestly has offered me so much insight on the sense of just like, go for it. What's the worst that could happen? And, you know, so truly I admire that about you a lot, because when I tell you something about Miana, she don't play. Like, she will have an idea, have a vision, and get it done. That's my girl. So
yeah, you know what it is? It's like, if I don't do it, I start getting frustrated, because I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do this, and I start getting frustrated that I didn't do it, like disappointed in myself. You know, like, even if it doesn't end up being successful, like, none of that even matters. Like, it's just the fact that I said that I was gonna do this and I didn't do it. Like, and so it's just like having that accountability for yourself.
Right.
And then it's just certain things too that you know it's gonna pop, because it's like you start having all this energy. Like
and it's funny that you say that, and you use the word that I really like. You use the word accountability. And, you know, for me, it's like accountability is such a powerful word, because it really just sets the tone for between action and being stagnant, you know. And for me, I think that we hold other people accountable for everything, you know. Somebody does something to hurt your feelings, and you want them to hold themselves accountable for it, you know. Somebody does you wrong, and it doesn't necessarily hurt your feelings, but you know it was just the wrong thing for them to do, and you want them to be held accountable. But when it's something for yourself and something for your own progress or your own benefit or your own peace of mind, and for I can't speak for everybody, for me, I do not hold myself accountable as I hold other people accountable. So you saying that truly just kind of like set a spark where I am going to put my foot on the gas for those aha moments that I have had at 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, because worst case scenario is it doesn't work out, and then nothing changed. But best case scenario, it could be the best thing that ever happened to me, you know. And I think that when God gives you those visions, when the universe offers you those ideas, when your intuition places those seeds in your mind, that it's very important that you act on them, you know. So,
and I don't want to drag this out, but I just gotta say what I hear and what I feel. But like, obedience is important. Like, just being obedient and being submissive. Like, you know, like, we always talk about being submissive to a man, and no, being submissive to your purpose. Like, being obedient to your purpose, because I'm telling you, even if you don't have the success that you thought you were gonna have, right? Let's just say something happens, worst case scenario, right? We always gonna believe that it's gonna be successful, but just in case it doesn't, right? You learn something in that process that's gonna help you for your next phase.
Wow.
So when they say fail your way to the top or fail your way to success, that's a real thing. Like, you know how many times, like, these billionaires and millionaires have lost money and had businesses that failed and then they turned around, went bankrupt or whatever, or then they be like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna try it again. And then boom, the third, fourth, fifth idea, now they're a billionaire.
I heard something. I listen to a bunch of motivational speeches all the time, and there's a few specific names that come to mind when I think about who I listen to for motivation. But Steve Harvey, in particular, and he says something along the lines of, "There is nothing worth doing that isn't worth doing badly," And basically, when you're a beginner, it's gonna be a learning experience. So even this, it's kind of piggybacks to the fact that this is our very, very, very first episode. Like, y'all don't realize how much time it took us to set this equipment up.
Yeah.
We had to leave, go get cords, aux cords, lightning bolt chargers, double D batteries, like, bro.
It was a lot.
But nothing worth doing is not worth doing. Or what does he say? There's nothing worth doing that's not worth doing badly. You know what I mean? So maybe this is our very first episode. I feel like we had a successful conversation, but imagine our 10th episode and our 50th episode. We're gonna look back at this and be like, look at the red cord showing in the camera. So it's just like, yes, do what you gotta do and do it badly, because every pro started off as a beginner,
If you don't know, you don't know, but if you don't try, you'll never know.
And with that being said, I think that we are basically at our time for the day.
Yeah, I think we covered a lot.
Mami Yana, I want to thank you so much for getting this whole thing started, for your 4 a.m. vision, truly, for just your initiative and getting this thing going. And I'm so excited to see where it leads, and I'm so thankful for you guys for listening in and just watching our growth through this process.
Yeah, it's definitely a process, and this is not something I would have done by myself, so I have to thank you, because I would never, even though I always run my mouth on social media and stuff, I would never sit up here and do a whole podcast by myself. That's crazy. But I just think we always have good chemistry, good energy, we're friends in real life, so
right.
It's you could tell that, right? You can tell we're friends. So yeah, we always have a good vibe. We're just always a vibe.
So to close it out, let's kind of brainstorm on what we will talk about on our next episode. And like she mentioned earlier, I think that your feedback is more than welcome, and not only is it welcome, it's encouraged. Mm-hmm. So maybe we can piggyback off of some topics that we talked about today, or if you have any other completely different topics that you want to talk about for next week, because we will be broadcasting and airing every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So what do you think we want to talk about for next week?
I don't know.
Your ideas are encouraged. We're looking forward to hearing from you. And let's just know that next week I think we should get a little bit more personal, maybe about our personal selves.
Oh,
and maybe not our personal lives, but our personal selves, who we are, what we want, what we've been through, and where we're going. That just came off the dome right now. That just came off the dome right now. And I think that it's important for transparency with our viewers, because they want to know who we really are. And I will never get on here and spill the beans like I've been doing for the last hour, so shoot, this microphone and these headsets got me blabbing away,
got you feeling the vibe.
So hey, if I am here to spill the beans, I might as well spill them beans. So let's get into it. I think that we can talk about who we are, a little bit more in person. Maybe we can even talk about how we met, how we, and all the ways that we got to this point. And then we're gonna also take advice from you guys and discuss some of the topics that you recommend and some of the interesting things that happen throughout the week. We're excited to see what happens throughout the week.
Definitely, because something's always going viral.
Yeah, for real. And we're Girls Gone Viral, so we're here to talk about it.
So thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank
and
you,
see
guys.
next week. So yeah, you'll see us tonight, Wednesday, 8 p.m. And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in.
No, March 23rd will be our next show. So a week from today.
All right. Good night.
Bye, guys. Thank you. wait. Let's see what else they got. What is...
Excellent. Excellent.
Bye, guys.
Bye.